The average price tag for a year of college, now over $30,000. So for many students, that can mean years of massive debt. But you're about to meet some enterprising young women and men who've chosen a different path. One that involves a few nights a week of industrious work. Oh, and did I mention it includes taking their clothes off? Here's my Nightline co-anchor, Juju Chang.
But all of my classes, they're mostly discussion-based.
Maggie looks very much like the straight-A, straight-laced student that she is.
I've got tons of papers too.
Dino is majoring in international trade. Both are studying hard for college, but for now, this is how they pay their tuition. They're part of a new generation of students putting themselves through college by taking their clothes off, and they're unapologetic about it.
Essentially, you're a student by day and a stripper by night.
Yeah, sometimes a student by night and a stripper by day. It depends.
Double major, Spanish poli-sci. She plans to graduate debt-free. Every other weekend, she takes a 3-hour train ride to Manhattan.
Sometimes I'll leave Baltimore straight from work and I'll take the 4 o'clock train and I'll sleep on the train and then be awake by the time I get to the city.
To the Bright Lights big city dance club called Scores. Fellow dancer Jade says she's studying for 5 finals.
They're like, you don't belong to a place like this.
Yes, it's so silly. Or people will be like, you're too pretty to work at a place like this. No, we just want to make 3 times the amount of money we're going to make when we graduate.
There are guys that come in for company and they want the girl next door. So I'm the girl next door.
There are some women who would feel like, oh, you should use your brains and not your body.
This takes a lot of brains.
In what way?
It takes a lot of brains. I think that a girl can be really pretty and not make any money in this field, or she can not be that pretty and make a lot of money, because so much of it is about interpersonal skills.
With college bills up to $60,000 a year, today's grads are saddled with crushing debt. Economists say it's actually slowing down our economy because young adults can't afford to buy big-ticket items. Maggie found a provocative solution, working just 4 nights a week.
How much do you make a year?
I make about $180,000 a year.
That's incredible. That's what a first-year law associate would make. If not more.
Critics argue taking it all off for the allure of easy money can sometimes derail your pursuit of higher education.
You could make a really pretty good living stripping at Scores full-time. Why go to college? Don't tell your mother I asked you that question.
You can only really do it until you're so old. So it's not something that's really sustainable. You're supposed to do it until you get where you need to go in life, and then it's use exhausted.
It's a stepping stone for you.
Right, exactly.
It's not a career.
And I enjoy it. I do enjoy it, but it's not what I want my life pursuit to be.
Turns out there are currently 24 women at Scores alone who are putting themselves through school.
On the other side of the city at Show Palace, we meet this 18-year-old criminal justice major who goes by the stage name Egypt.
Doing this means proving to people that strippers aren't always the stereotypical slut. We work hard, even if it's showing our bodies. We work hard. We're about our business.
Egypt started dancing after reading about Belle Knox, the Duke University student who suffered severe backlash on campus after she went public about doing porn to pay for college.
I, like most other people, have been watching porn since I was since I was 12 years old.
What? Are you serious?
Yeah.
The story went viral.
Dude, she's 18 and doing porn. Why not me, become a stripper?
Which is why Egypt was so eager to chat with Knox when the Duke porn star came to her strip club.
What are you studying? Criminal justice. Oh, wow, you want to be a lawyer? I want to be a lawyer, yeah.
But their eccentric answer to the college debt problem is not always met with enthusiasm.
My parents, when they found out, were totally horrified.
Do you ever worry that your studies and your brain power will be undercut by the fact that you take your clothes off on the side?
I think that I wouldn't want to work for anywhere that would judge me based on that. And I think that times are changing.
Times may be changing, but attitudes don't change so quickly.
There's still a good segment of our society who thinks it's degrading for a woman to be a stripper.
It can be. There are times that it feels like that.
When does that happen?
When guys are disrespectful, they think that we are degrading ourselves by doing this job at all, so they don't have a problem in degrading us further.
Maggie says stripping affords her the precious time to study. She makes more in one night at the club than working 40 hours a week waiting tables.
I have felt so much more disrespected as a waitress than I've ever felt as a dancer, because your job is to serve them.
Yeah.
And in this, like, your job is to accompany them, to entertain them. Like, it's glamorous.
She may find it glamorous at times, but Maggie points out what many agree is a double standard in the way strippers are treated.
Definitely notice the double standard there, like with men being fawned over by all kinds of women, like they're semi-gods, you know, like it's definitely a status thing. It's like, oh my gosh, you're hot enough to be a male stripper.
In fact, that's exactly what happens to Dino.
My friends think it's awesome. I think it's cool. They're like, oh, I wish I could do that. You know, they really admire the fact that I do that.
Dino performs at New York's Hunkamania, but he's one of the few in college.
So what made you think, all right, I'll try stripping?
Well, you know, not to sound cocky, but you just look in the mirror. This is a great way to make money. It's easy, it's fun. It's not hard, strenuous work. You go out, you meet girls, you go on stage, you perform.
And his buddies all whoop it up when they discover his extracurricular activity.
Nobody is dissing you or disrespecting you for doing it.
No, not me. 500 girls a night paying you, you know, just to dance and show them a good time. So
you're living the dream.
Pretty much.
It's never a good idea, to strip to make money to pay for college.
Former college counselor Robert Franick says there are other options.
There are so many financial aid resources available to students and families to pay for college.
This year alone, there's $180 billion available in state and federal aid, and making too much money on the side could actually disqualify you.
So when we think about it, making sure that you're a great college student is your job. I think it's so easy for so many students, if they're making so much money, for them to lose sight about their goals of being in school.
But one thing these women would agree on is that they have a limited number of years in this line of work where youth is prized.
I'm not looking forward to, like, the end of this, like when I'm out of school and I'm living on less and I'm working so much harder.
Which is why they're busy taking advantage of what some now call the G-String Scholarship. For Nightline, I'm Juju Chang in New York.